Hello, Year 4. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to talk to you about your literacy homework for this week, but before I do it, I'm just going to mention a few names from Year 4 and say well done to these children for your fantastic effort in submitting homework. From Rio Grande, Mr. Sheffield says, well done to Orson and Annalise for writing a great continuation of Varjak's story. Well done. And Sylvia. Sylvia has been working very hard, and Mr. Sheffield has noticed that you've improved your handwriting, Sylvia, so well done. And from Hudson class, Miss Stein and myself would like to say well done to Sophie for making great effort with your homework, and to Perry for submitting lots and lots of homework. Well done. And now I'm going to talk to you about your homework for this week. So this week, all the activities are related to a book called Oliver and the Seaweeds. And first, I'm going to read this extract to you. You can also listen to it on YouTube, or you can read it yourself. And then I'm going to ask some questions which are related to this extract. The island was just as small as it had looked from the beach. Clumps of greyish grass sighed softly as the sea wind stirred them. There were snuggles of driftwood, festoons of weed, a length of old tarred rope. There was a ramshackle heap of twigs balanced on the pile of boulders, which were the highest place on the island. That was all. It took Oliver less than a minute to walk right across the island to the far shore, where he stood looking out to sea. All his hopes of finding clues faded, like the foam which kept washing around his toes and melting into the wet sand. "Mom!" he shouted. "Dad!" The echoes came back at him from the cliffs around the bay. Echoes, but no reply. "Mom!" he shouted, louder still. "Dad!" "Oh, put a sock in it, won't you?" grumbled a creaky voice behind him. "Some of us are trying to sleep." A pair of beady blue eyes were glaring at Oliver over the brim of that twig heap on the island's crown. The heap was a nest, and the eyes belonged to the bird who owned it. "Birds don't talk," protested Oliver. "Parrots do," the bird said. "Not really, not properly," Oliver protested. "And anyway, you're not a parrot." "Indeed, I'm not," the bird sniffed. It stood up in its nest and spread its enormous, dirty white wings. "I'm a wandering albatross, Diomedia exulans, though you may call me Mr. Culpepper. And now you'd best get back to shore, or you will be a wanderer too." What does that mean?" wondered Oliver. "Tch," the bird said. "Don't they teach you youngsters anything these days? Not all islands stay where you put them. Some move about. Here 1 minute, gone the next. This is one of them. That's why I nested on it, of course. I'm not stupid. Why go flapping about the world when I can just roost here and let the island do the wandering?" Oliver looked down at the island. Between his feet, he saw rock, sand, grit, dune grass, and ground down seashells. It didn't look as if it were moving anywhere. "How do they move?" he asked. "Who cares?" said Mr. Culpepper, shrugging his wings. "Where are they going?" "Who knows?" said Mr. Culpepper. "But all the others have gone already, so this one won't stay much longer." Now, the questions for this task are: what's happening in this extract? Who are the central characters? Can you summarize what I've just read in a few sentences? If there's any words in the text you don't know, for example, festoon or ramshackle or albatross or any other words you don't know, you can right-click on this link and it will take you to an online dictionary. Think about how this extract makes you feel. Is it similar to anything else you've read? Is there anything you like in particular about this extract? And think about Oliver and a difficult situation he's found himself in. He can't find his parents. Um, what what kind of personality do you think he might have? And then the rest of these activities are very similar to the activities from previous weeks. And the last activity is the main writing activity. And you need to imagine that you've been asked to set off on an expedition, especially at short notice. You can only take one backpack. You need to make a list of what would you put in your backpack and why. Remember, you don't want your backpack to be too heavy, so you need to think carefully about the items you want to take. And please remember that you're supposed to complete all of these activities in a week. And out of these activities, we would like you to upload this one, the last one, to Purple Mash. So your list of items and the reasons behind taking these particular items. And one more activity of your choice out of the remaining 4 activities. Okay? Please email me if you have any questions. Good luck, and I'll see you next week. Bye.